The everything crash is coming. Since 1987, world has been in an everything bubble. That means since 87, everything's been floating up because they printed more and more money. Now all is crashing. Prices of gold, silver, Bitcoin will crash too. US dollar to rise. Be patient. Massive money printing ahead, destroying the dollar. Time to buy more gold, silver, and Bitcoin. So I'm asked this question, okay, everything went up, everything's inflated. So I made my fortune because I just rode the ship going up, as it was a great time to get rich. But this is 2020, it's different now. So everything is now going to start coming down. Now, when I was in school, in high school, nobody touched stocks. The only thing people bought were bonds. Only people that bought stocks were gamblers. Nobody bought real estate. They bought a house, but there was not much real estate investing in commercial, at least. So I went in, since I played Monopoly as a young boy, I went into investing in real estate. The reason I like real estate is because I can use debt. Debt is tax-free money. I know everybody says, get out of debt, but you have to know what you're doing. I don't recommend it, but I borrow as much as I like because it's tax-free. Let's say I borrow $1 million. It's a tax-free $1 million. If I had to work for $1 million, it cost me $2 million because I had to pay the taxes on it. So debt is tax-free money, and with that, I buy real estate. But everything has gone up, and today I'm a little spooked because the last deal that Ken McElroy and I worked on, it was a $30 million property. And because people are so desperate for anything, so the bidding started, it went to 32 million, and we stayed in at 32 million. Then it hit 34 million, and at that point we got out. It didn't make sense at 34 million, and the property ultimately sold for 36 million. That's a bubble. It doesn't make sense. So unless you have an infinite money machine, like a lot of people do, you can stay in there, but we don't. We have to pay that money back. So anyway, just be patient. Prices of gold, silver, and Bitcoin will crash too. The reason is when markets crash, whether it's stocks, real estate, we call that bonds, people need cash. And so when the markets crash, they have to go to cash, and they'll sell whatever is most liquid. That's the key word. So what gold, silver, and Bitcoin are is liquid, so they'll sell that off too. Now, that's bad news if you're holding it long, but it's good news if you're buying more of it. So every crash, it'll come down. And if you're long, if you actually are confident that the government's going to keep screwing up, the government's going to keep printing more and more money, which they will when the pensions go broke, just keep, every time it drops, buy more gold, silver, and Bitcoin. And for most people, silver is the most affordable today. It's also the most volatile. If you can afford $20,000 Bitcoin, buy it. If you can afford $2,000 gold, buy it. And if you can't, buy silver. Anyway, there's massive money printing ahead because the US government is in serious financial trouble. Like the debt to, there's two guys, a man and a woman, called Rogoff and Reinhardt. They said when the debt to GDP ratio hits 90%, it's aloha. You've gone too far. That'd be like you making, $10,000 a month, but $9,000 is being paid to debt. That's a 90% debt to GDP. Well, today in November 2020, it's 130% debt to GDP, and they expect it to go to 250% debt to GDP. What that means is the US government has to print more fake money. So every time, since I know the long trend is they're going to print more money, I'll buy gold, silver, and Bitcoin all day long because our US government is screwed up. So the time to buy more gold, silver, and Bitcoin is coming. And once again, I don't get into the pissing match, which one is the best. Those fanatics at Bitcoin, they love it. And if you bought it at 30 cents, you love it even more. But for the average person today at around 15,000 a coin, you've got to be a little bit more discerning. Can you really afford $15,000 a coin? If you can't, then silver or gold is a better investment. But the reason I like gold, silver, and Bitcoin, it's outside the system. It's out of reach of the U.S. government and the U.S. Treasury and things like this. So I love this stuff. I just simply do not trust my government. If you do, save money, save dollars, and have a good life. Thank you.